My name is Olaniran, and today I'll be talking to you about when He beckons. The Bible passage for today is taken from the book of Exodus 3:3-4, and it reads, "And Moses said, I will turn aside now and see this great sight, while the bush is not burnt. And when Jehovah saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am." I've got a couple points to share with us today, but before I go into that, I would like us to look at the word beckon. What does it actually mean to beckon? To me, beckon means to call upon, to interact, to try to build a communication channel with someone. And we can see in our Bible reading where God called upon Moses to try to talk to him about what he has to do next. The first thing I would like to bring up from this verse is that on your day of beckoning, God will indeed favor you. We saw that in the life of Moses. If you read on further, you see that God told Moses to bring the children out of Israel and indeed blessed them later on. So on your day of beckoning, be expecting a miracle. But secondly, if you want to expect a miracle, you got to be prepared for your beckoning. We saw that in the life of Joseph, in the life of Samuel, and the life of Moses himself. Moses was kept in charge of the ship, his father-in-law's ship, Jethro, for him to take charge, for him to watch over it. He took the extra mile to make sure everything was done the appropriate way. So Moses was prepared for his beckoning. And in that note, God prepared him and blessed him on the other side. Looking at the boy of Samuel as well, Samuel prepared himself. Samuel slept in the house of Eli in the church of God for about 3 days, and he listened, he waited for the voice of God. And Eli told him, when you hear the second voice, say, Yes, Lord, here I am. So these people were prepared for them to be called upon. Also, thinking about it, if you're not prepared, if you go for an examination and you know that you're not prepared, God can't remind you of what you do not know. Many of us will go to an exam and say, God help me, and you haven't really prepared. How is He meant to help you? So you've got to prepare for your examination. My last point will be that for you to be beckoned on, you need to know who you are talking about. You need to know who is meant to call you. And as you can see, Esther knew the king. Moses also knew that he had a father in heaven who had called him for a task. For example, if I do not know my father, if I do not know his weak spots, I can't go to ask him for certain things at the same time. I have to know when is right and when is wrong. And for you to have that day of beckoning right, you need to know who your father is. You need to walk straight for him. You need to walk aligned for him. You need to make sure you're doing everything he asks you to do. In your church, you're serving him right. You're not serving him eye service. In your music, everything you're doing for him, you need to do it straight and you need to do it right. And I pray that on that day, He will favor us and our day of beckoning shall indeed come. In Jesus' name.